Hello everybody and welcome back to Purple Place, the Misadventures of Tron Bonne. I kind of stumbled on my words there. In the last part, we visited the Nakkai Ruins a second time to explore some of the paths and then head back because I had gotten what I wanted before continuing onward one last time to the Nakkai Desert. And upon trying to do off-screen activities to get myself prepared, I realized that it's impossible for me to do so. Because I forgot that during the first half, you can only train up surf bots 1 through 8. So that means that the one I was trying to train, number 10, cannot gain any stats until the second half, which I'm going to initiate in this part. Oops, wrong one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain it while I'm just going over it instead of having you stare at the HUD, because I really need to break that habit. I had already set up my surf bots ahead of time. I had some surf bots scouting, and this is where I'm going to lead into my discussion, because the thing is that the only other way I can get my surf bots attack rating higher before the second half of the game is by giving them attack cubes. The way you get attack cubes is by scouting, but they are random drops as far as I'm aware of. So what I did is the tactic that I actually discovered in the last part, and that is that if you leave the Nakkai Desert, or go to the Nakkai Desert, don't do anything, return back, you can do absolutely nothing and still scout your surf bots. So that's what I did for about 10 minutes. I don't know, not really. I did like maybe 4 or 5 times, and I actually looked up a small facts guide on, I think it was Game Facts, go figure, redundant, and everything I looked from the Game Facts to just this random list I found of items only told me that you can get attack cubes by scouting, and it didn't say where specifically. I thought I found the chart that told me where you'd most likely get them, but I can't find it, and I don't feel like looking. And that should do. So, I tried scouting randomly, that didn't work, and and so I came up with nothing really. I just found a whole bunch of random items with like maybe 3 exceptions, one being an E-bottle, which is pretty good, E-bottle number 2. I think it's the only E-bottle you can find while scouting. And I think it's in one specific area. I think it's in square D4. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on that. I found another refractor ore, which I thought there was only one of. So I can get even more discounts on that armor. So I can like get it to 80,000. Let's see, there's nothing in there, so I'm not gonna bother. And then, let's see, the refractor ore, there's that. What else did I find? Oh, I found a speed cube. So, as I was saying, I was looking for an attack cube because that's the only other way I can get the number 10's attack up at this point. I don't know if I actually went over that or not, but anyways, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. And, yeah, I found a speed cube instead, and just as the name implies, you can only raise the speed with a speed cube. And that's also a random drop, so keep that in mind. It's a rare drop because I never got it in my main profile. I got an attack cube in my main profile though, and that helped me raise number 10 faster, because getting a perfect on the attack training, although I'm better at it than the speed, it's still pretty difficult because you still have to be perfect. You can't get hit by the guy who's throwing bombs for you, because he'll just throw them at you. And you can't, that's a weird clip drop. I'm on you. And you really have to like play it to the you have to like plan the way that you throw your bombs at the targets, because otherwise you'll hit some targets too soon and the guy that's running around in the back won't be able to lift up the other ones in time, so be careful on that. This is one area I meant to show off in the last part, but I kind of forgot, and I was gonna save it for this. So you can blow this up and find a hidden room with another chest. I think it has just a brain cube. Oh no, it actually has an attack cube. Oh, then that means I had 2 attack cubes, because I'm very positive that I had an attack cube through scouting in my last file. Okay, so I could have gotten one, but then I'd probably have broken my rule of getting 1,000,000 zenny at this point, because I still will get a lot of zenny just from doing the hallway. Of course, I could just always drop it, like let it die out, but that would take too long. I really wanted to go through this like as a... Oh, I got signed out of the PlayStation. I didn't even mean to stay signed in. That was just to pay my TV bill. Oh well. It means that no one's going to pop up on my friends list. Not like anybody really does. They all have the PS4. Well, most of them do. Which is something that I'll be getting on soon. But I digress. Oh, there's some surf bots that are getting left behind, most likely because they keep falling into that little quicksand pit. Let's see, what was I saying? Yeah, I couldn't come in here as overpowered as I wanted to be, so that's a bit of a shame, and that means that the last part's a bit pointless. Not really. I did get to show off something, so it's not entirely pointless, but I might upload this in conjunction if I'm doing 1 part per day, just so that people don't feel cheated. I really need to stop doing that and plan these out a little better. Oh well. Anyways, I'm going through the entire Nakkai Ruins for this part because, 1, I want to show off every single room and see how much you can potentially get through doing an entire run of this place. I mean, it's not hard, it's just a little tedious because you're walking so far. I don't think these guys really attack you. Again, they just serve to get in your way of your aim. Like, if you have auto aim, those guys are kind of your worst enemy until you kill them, because they obscure your, well, aim. Really wish he came out a little later. Oh well. Thank God for that blast radius. Oh well. And so, as you can see, this is the Tron Bonne color that we got from the last part with the memento. So now we have a nice green color with red eyes. Nope, 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 nope. Ah, there we go. Go into this corner. And I killed them all at once. Neat. Okay, and then for those who may just skip this part, or skip the last part, There's a chest up there, and it's really good if you want to get the best sniper for your Gustav. So, just showing that off. Now for the meat of this place. Real quick, I just want to show how much. Look at that, 273,000 zenny. I got. I should have probably stocked up on a couple of E-bottles just in case, but the boss of this area is not too difficult. He's just a little tedious because of the way he works. We'll be seeing him later on. I also wanted to see how well I could take him out. Dang it, guys, come on. With a fully powered bazooka, but at the same time, there's a reason why I want to do this the way I'm doing it. And I'll explain that probably by the end of the video. Or at least when we get Diana's tier. Okay, as far as I'm aware of, there's nothing like, there's no way to get in the center of these. Actually, no, there is. There's one area that you can break. Yeah, it's right down here, actually. I'm gonna go through that hallway in just a second. But over here, there's no cracks, but if you look at the map, there's obviously something. And by the way, press select to get rid of it, just like in the other the harbor level. If you don't want the HUD, I think that's just a cube, like a brain cube. If it's an attack cube, I swear. Nope, rusted tank. We want that. I mean, obviously, we want all the key items. But that one will play a good role with our energy, with our health bar. Energy bar, health bar, doesn't matter. One other thing to note about the Teasel look is that just like Teasel, he has red eyes. No! I wanted to target and then beacon bomb his ass. Okay, well, he's asleep now. But I'm gonna wake him up. Alright. I think those are called Reaverbot Walkers. I think I mentioned that in the first part, but just in case. Okay, so I've already been in here. I think. Have I gotten that chest? No, I haven't. It's actually, that's right. It's on the other side. I have to get, I'll get that chest in a bit. I know how to get it. Okay, just gonna go ahead and get that. Remember not to chase these snakes because they will like kind of splash out of the sand and tackle you, which will knock you a fair distance. Alright, that's empty. There's nothing else up here, at least I don't think. I'd be surprised if there was something else this game's hiding from me. And fairly annoyed too. Oh well. And the most tedious part of this area is just like backtracking and stuff. And again, you don't want to retreat because then you lose everything. So that's the punishment if you are not prepared or don't want to finish it. You have to walk all the way back. Same thing if you just want to come back later, like let's say you beat this and then you want to keep coming here and farming Zenny and not do any of the other missions, you can do that. The price is that if you go through the entire area, you have to walk all the way back to the Drock outside. So that can be a little annoying. Oh crap, I forgot he was in the corner. Like, he's in the corner closest to you. Come on. Ah, there we go. Just barely. And this is a fairly interesting room. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing in here but this tree. I don't think I've ever shot a tree, well, at least in the Let's Play. But if you do, sometimes you'll find apples. And the apples can be sold. I don't think there's any more. I think once you take them, that's it. You can also damage all your surf bots by lifting the tree out and using it as a weapon by just throwing it, obviously. Again, it's a very weird thing to put in here. But if you haven't noticed, the rooms don't get much more difficult than this, or, well, varied. I mean, this is pretty redundant. It's like, oh, you got 2 brown Walker Reaver bots, and then the floating guys. Oh, we have another narrow hallway. Three, 4. There we go. 4 shots will kill them. I mean, I would have swapped over to the Gatling gun, but after repeated playthroughs, I really dislike the Gatling gun. It's so weak. I mean, I'll show it off in another part, but not now. I just don't feel like it. Okay, so, I mean, it just fires a lot of shots, but that's it. I'm just checking these. There's nothing, like, up them, but I could be mistaken, so I'm just double checking. This room may not seem like it has anything but this pool, and you can't jump in it even though it looks big enough. However, hit it with a beacon bomb, all the surf bots will jump in, and they will come out with red refractors, which, if it hasn't sunk in, red refractors are the highest paying, or like the highest currency you can find. And I believe you can scan this 3 times and get like 18 of them. After that, it's completely dry. Red refractors are the highest in currency, then it's orange, I think. It's either orange or it's the money bags that you get from like robbing houses. And then orange, and then so on and so forth. And basically, biggest is the most expensive, smallest is the least. An old instrument. I forgot who to give that to. Did I even give it to anybody? I had to have, because I had number 14 maxed out in my other playthrough as well. Well, I can always have them appraise it to remember. Well, that takes care of all of that, so we only have 1 area left. And everyone knows what that is, because I showed it off in the last part. I may just scan around though, just in case. 1 for extra holes, and 2 in case there's another route that I forgot. I don't think there is. Although I did forget that these holes actually existed. I believe scanning holes in houses and buildings for the surf bots to go in and find stuff is actually what increases their brains. Because when you have a maxed brain surf bot running around with you, they tend, like I said, they tend to go and pick up Zenny that's just lying on the ground. Okay, I already scanned that, so I'm good. So I think that's what helped increases their brains, and this is probably the best place to do it because there's so many places that you can scan. Poor guy. Oh. Yeah. Okay, just barely got him. There's one more in here, I think. Nope, that's it. I'll heal when I feel like I'm in danger. I still think I'm good. Okay, take care of that. Always gotta secure a route. Yeah, the purple ones are the least valuable. That's the word I was looking for. I think. I don't know. After this room, I might need to heal. Because these guys still do quite a bit of damage. Just one more room, and then we can go on with the boss, I think. Come on. There we go. And then I think that's it. Obviously, I'm gonna heal before the boss, but, you know, just in case. Already been through that door, so now we're going to unfamiliar territory. There's no enemies in this area, it's just a door to lead to the hallway. You have this green water, can't scan to get in, it's just for decorum, would that be the word? I don't know. But you'll definitely know you reached the end because of this door. Obviously, before I'm going in. How many do I have? 4? I should be good. I mean, this guy doesn't really do all that much, and I recommend bringing the bazooka, not only because I made small work of pretty much every enemy in this area, but because of this guy, and I'll explain why in just a second. But first, look how much Zenny we have. That's like the average potential that you should be able to get from just one trip here. So if I were to come here twice with full upgrades, I could get 1,000,000 in no time. By full upgrades, I meant like having the bazooka and stuff. Okay, first things first, get on one of his hands. This, I don't know what the hell this thing is. It's like the Guardian. The only way you can damage him is by hitting the inside of his mouth. The only way to do that is to push servbots into his nose. He'll have these monkeys blocking your beacon bombs, and he'll shoot out small bombs from his hands. Once you shoot one beacon bomb to get all the monkeys in the water jumping, I'm calling them monkeys, and crap. And then shoot another one quickly so that damn it, so that you can get the surfbots to get into his nose. And then he'll open it, exposing his weak spot, and then shoot out bubbles. Be mindful of where your surfbots are, because the thing is those bubbles will trap them, will trap your surfbots, and then they won't be able to do anything. Which is why I recommend this, because 1, you can already see he's about to die, but 2, it not only gets rid of all these bombs and like no effort whatsoever, but it'll destroy the bubbles that are holding your surfbots and do tons of damage to them. So bazooka is recommended. Surge cannon's not bad, but again, bazooka just beats this place. And there's Diana's tear.
Mission clear! All right, let's get back to the Kessel shaft. Yes, Miss Tron!
Alright, so that's the fruits of our labor just from going and killing every Reaver bot in the Nakkai Ruins. Diana's Tear sells for 1 million zenny. That's why Teasel wanted to get it, because that would automatically have paid off the loan if he were to have actually acquired it. But with the setup that the Gustav had, it would be impossible. And as you can see, just from that, we have over 2 million zenny. Number 6 got a max brains rating and got the slingshot skill. Number 8 has 3. Number 9 has 3. And I brought number 26 because he was starting to get a huge sloth meter. From my scouts, I got E-ball number 2, a ring, and another ring, which I really need to sell. But look at that, 2 million zenny, and I only needed 1.
We did it! We finally got 1 million zenny. That means we can finally bring Teasel and Bonne Bonne back home. It took a little doing, but nothing I couldn't handle. And I couldn't have done it without your help. Thanks for everything. She thanked us! Yay! Yay! 3 cheers for Miss Tron! Let's not waste any more time. Let's get over to Lowe's. Roger! Yes, Miss Tron! Is this Loath's ship? It's big. It's so fancy. It's not like our ship at all. Thank you for pointing that out. Now be quiet. Yes, Miss Tron.
I'm Lex Loath. Looking for me? Well, what have we here? A pretty young girl. Quite a strong-willed one, too. Now, why don't you tell me what you want with me, little missy?
You know why I'm here. I've come for my brother. Here's the 1 million zenny my brother owed you. There, the debt's been settled. Give me back my brother.
Ho, ho, ho. Well, that's nice of you. You seem to understand how the world works, my dear. Let's see. 10, 20, 30. Looks a little short to me.
What are you talking about? There's 1 million zenny right there.
Yes, there is. But there's this little thing called interest, you see. If you borrow money, you have to pay interest on it. Let's see. With this much, I need another 2 million zenny.
What? Are you kidding? Do you think you can get away with this? It's crazy!
No, Missy. You're the one who's trying to get away with something. You think I'd just let anyone borrow that much? For free? That's as low a rate as I can give you. Count yourself lucky. Come back when you've got the money. Glide, our guests are leaving.
Excellent, sir. Come with me.
Wait! You haven't told me where my brother is! Hey! Let go of me! Stop! Let Miss Tron go! Hey!
Scram! Get out of here! Hasta la vista!
Be seeing you, Missy. She's more useful than she looks, isn't she? But I can't let her have her brother back. Not when we're at such a critical stage. I'm counting on you, Glide. Don't let me down.
I won't, Mr. Loath. You have my word.
make me so angry. If we only knew where Teasel was. I'm gonna get them for this. I guess we'll have to get that money if we want Teasel back. We need 2 million zenny, Miss Tron. All right then. First we get Teasel and Bonne Bonne back, and then we take care of Loath. You bet! That's right! Go, Miss Tron! You've been looking for new ways we can make money, right? Yes, Miss Tron. We found some. That's good! They'd better be worthwhile, or you're all in big trouble. All right then. Let's have a meeting and discuss our options. Roger! Yay!
You don't fuck with Glide. He just clips right through you. If anybody paid attention to that cutscene, you can rewind it, the video back. But if you look when Glide just appears out of nowhere, he actually clips through the serve bots. I guess Capcom didn't think that people would look to see where Glide was and what he was doing. They just think he'd appear out of nowhere and just grab the player. I don't know, it's so funny. So, the reason why I wanted to do it like that is because look how much zenny we have left over. If you were to just get the million zenny, you'd have nothing. I mean, you'd have like as much money as you would have at the beginning of the game. But we're already like more than halfway done with getting to end game. Now, obviously, I can like do Nakkai Ruins like maybe 2 more times and then go to the final stage, but I am actually going to show off all of the levels and stages. But for Nakkai Desert, that's done with. I got, as far as I'm aware of, I got everything that that place had to offer. However, just to show, we can go back there even though it's been cleared. See, you can still go inside and farm Reaver bots. I mean, you can also farm your serve bots to get better brains, but I don't recommend it. Well, I do recommend it if you want to get all your serve bots maxed out in brains. Let's see, I think it's number 16. Miss Tron, we found this at Loath's place. Found a handkerchief. That's an impressive pattern, isn't it? Pretty ugly if you ask me. I don't think we'll be able to use this for anything. Yeah, you talk to him and he gives you the handkerchief. I mean, just saw that. I think you can talk to number 1 and get something. So number 8 finally figured out what his special skill is? I guess I've got a rival now. I'll have to practice more to stay on top. That's when you give number 8 the contact lenses. Miss Tron, if we need to go out and get money to get Master Teasel back, I can't wait to get out and show you how good a fighter I am. Alright then, just hang on, we'll be going out soon. Let's see. First off, I want to go to the lab because I want to go ahead and develop the hard armor. And I can use all of this stuff that I got off of the scouting to reduce the price drastically. I'm gonna keep one of the refractor ores. I don't mind paying for this much. So that'll be that 1 million, and I think that's the hardest it'll get. The hard armor I made is the strongest armor anywhere. I've got nothing left to do. My life is complete. I feel wonderful. And then I think you talk to number 30. What is it? What is it this time, number 30? We want to add more tanks to Gustav. We have to make them lighter somehow. Lighter, huh? That'll be an item coming up soon. Let's see. Was it 33? Took him a long time, but number 30 was able to make a new part. If he can do it, so can I. Let's see, if we can put that here and this there. There you go, that's the spirit. Hey, number 33, what are you doing? Huh? Eureka! I did it! I figured out how to make an E-bottle number 3. Great, keep up the good work. Yes, Miss Tron. So, I guess after talking to him, you get E-bottle number 3. Again, you could just get that in the ruins as well. Not in the Nakkai Ruins, the cave, but that's not until the 3rd level. But if you talk to him again... Miss Tron, I'm sure we can make a bigger E-bottle. If you have any hints that might... Oh, right. I know what to do, but we can't do it right now. So, I remember what I need to get him. It's number 30. He asked for lighter parts, but because we got the rusted tank, we can actually skip a stage. It doesn't matter what order you give it to him, as long as you just give it to him. I believe it's this. Yeah. What do you think of that? It may be a little rusty, but it's still pretty good, eh? You bet. Our science can't duplicate this technology yet, but if we repair it, we should be able to attach it to the goose staff. It won't make the goose staff too heavy or anything, will it? No. I wonder what the ancients used to make these. Well, let's give it a try. There. And you got E-Tank P, goose staff part. The goose staff's maximum energy rating has gone up. This means he should have less to worry about in battle. We'll attach it right away. Okay, so I don't think I don't need to develop that. That's an automatic E-Tank boost. So that's not what he's looking for. Like I said, that'll be coming up in another the item in question will be coming up in a part later on when I go back to the cave. So I'll be able to get that for him, and then even then there's one more part he needs, and we won't be able to get that till a lot later. But after that, the health bar will just be huge. Okay, so just so that everybody's clear, we are now officially in the second half of the game. So if you talk to number 38, 2 million zenny is a lot of money, isn't it? That just means we'll have to train harder. This month we'll work on everyone getting shaped up. I don't care if everyone hates me, as long as we rescue Teasel and Bonne. Number 38. So yeah, number 38 is putting himself as the most hated serve bot to train everybody, which means now we're not just restricted to numbers 1 through 8. We have all 40 serve bots, as long as you unlock them, to train whenever we want. And then I believe you can talk to number 13. What's the matter, number 13? Look, Miss Tron, I found this. You got Bonne parts. This is one of Bonne's special training parts, isn't it? Even though he was hard to take care of, I still miss him, Miss Tron. When I think about what Loath might do to him, take him apart or something. Don't cry. I'll make sure both Teasel and Bonne get back safely. I promise. So yeah, he gives you the Bonne parts. That's gonna come with the handkerchief. Tron is saying, okay, that's regular. And then number 9 just gave, well, he only gives the redhead parts. I want to go on the deck. And I want to talk to number 24. I don't know if he has it. All clear. Visibility is good. Nothing to report. Is it number 29? Nope. Okay, so they don't have it yet. Just double checking Tron's room. Let's see. Gotta keep working hard for Miss Tron. That's the spirit. 5. You must be tired walking around so much. Why don't you take a rest? No, without me watching, everyone will goof off. Keep that in mind. And then number 36 is just number 36 playing the piano. Okay, so we can't get that one thing that I was hoping to get, but that's fine. We can get it in another part. Okay, so first off, we have 2 items we can actually give him. One is the handkerchief. What's this? It's a pretty ugly handkerchief if you ask me. We found it at Mr. Lowe's place when we went there. Well, it's not exactly my style, but if we painted the Gustav this color, it might not look too bad. What do you think? So we now have the stylish color, but we also have another one. That's why I went into the gym, because you can give them the Bonne parts. I bet the Gustav would look really powerful if we painted it to look like Master Bonne. Why don't we try? And then I believe that's it. Yeah, so now we're only missing one color. And let's see. Did I show off the hip hop look yet? I don't think I have. 'Cause I showed off the cute look, which was that pink and gold one. And then there's the hip hop one. I showed off Teasel, so all I have left is Bonne Bonne, the mystery one, and the stylish one. Well, actually, I want to change it to the hip hop look. So, with that all done, now off screen I will be training number 10 to get maximum strength. And I'll probably max out all his other stats too, except for the brain if it's not maxed out already. And next time on Purple Plays The Misadventures of Tron Bonne, we are not doing an action stage. What I want to try and do is take on Mission 6 and all 3 levels, because Mission 6 is another puzzle level, and a very hard one. It's harder than, well, Tech Harbor. But then after that, we have the rest of the dig out area, 2 more levels. We have Gold City, and then we have a new action stage, which is the farm. So let's get the tough one out of the way, and then let's just dive into the fun. And I'll see you guys next time.